Howdy everyone, this is Mopbot, this is the Asgaard SMP, and welcome back to episode number 7, which is likely going to be the final episode of the season. Now, I would like to preface that statement with an explanation that my hand's in the wrong spot on the keyboard. That we started very late in the season. I was obviously playing since the start of the season, but we didn't actually start filming or making any sort of content until pretty late, like several months in. So there's only a handful of episodes. I also took a long time between episodes because I wanted to get loads of stuff done in each project instead of just doing sort of many smaller episodes like I have traditionally done. So a very different approach, which is why we have such a small episode count for the season. But with it coming to a close with the release of 1.21 and the soon-to-be updated mods and data packs, we have this project from last episode that we really need to refine. So this is awesome, by the way. I logged back in and saw this and was just so happy. We have this courtyard here now, which we're probably not going to go too much into detail with, maybe a little bit, but we have this surrounding wall, a couple of small towers, a couple of big towers. We've decorated the inside of these, but we have not done any of the texturing on the outside. So that's all got to be done. We may do something in there, and then there's still a couple floating projects around the base as well. For starters, we have a hole. That needs to be a bridge. This goes up into the same tower that we were just standing by right here. So this comes out here through this exit, and then if we keep going up, it goes right back out to that bridge, but that needs to connect to the area behind it. That'll come right back over to here. And then we have pretty much the same problem on the other side because we have the start to another tower. We have to finish the tower, of course, right there. But then we need to connect it, and we're not going to go straight across to this island, but we're instead going to take a boardwalk along the base here and connect up to this base over here. So then everything will be pretty well connected, and this is a pretty heavily wooded area. I debated maybe having a trail through there, but I think it's just a lot more fitting for us to do that boardwalk, decorate that up, and then kind of reflect the same thing on this side, actually, because if we come over here, I'm going to take a look at it from the front. This is still all default terrain, so I think we can customize that a little bit. Probably the same thing up here, and then just find some way to do like an end cap to make this like an absolute, to make this like an absolute endpoint so that we have just a very nice, concise way to cap off our base. And of course, who could forget this side of our base, where again, we have to still finish the outside wall, but this tower here, we built that so that we could have an exit into yet another bridge that comes over to the project that was started over here. And in that case, I think that line's going to be wrong. I think we're going to go a lot higher than that, actually, so that we can actually come out of a pretty reasonable level in there. But then I also would like to cap off the base and, again, just make it very nice and concise by building something that connects over to our main entrance up there. And I think we still have a sniffer walking around. I can't actually see where it is. Hey, right there. So basically what we did outside, where we just kind of smoothed out all of the terrain, and then we started to plan for other stuff coming in. That was the plan to do in here too. I might do something a little bit more involved in here, but Sniffer does need a home, and we could probably relocate a farm. Maybe that's what we'll end up doing in the courtyard back there. But this fence along the front was not the permanent entrance to this place. I would like to have something much more permanent, and that probably involves just kind of merging this into whatever comes out of there. We have connection. This bridge is pretty much complete. We have the layout done. I didn't do any of the texturing again. I'm going to do all the texturing in between episodes. Just kind of get that out of the way off camera and not spend too much time because we do have so much yet to do. But this is pretty sweet now. We can connect over to that island. We can walk straight over. I started using the tile block, I think, because this is technically outside of the base. I think it's okay to use a block that we haven't used before. It still matches the color palette. It's just a different texture is all. And I think that's going to be pretty good just for the landing area. Like I said, it's outside of the base. I think it's okay to introduce a new block in that sense, but then we can walk straight through and go up through our tower. So pretty happy with how that looks. Obviously, we still have to connect it all up, and I haven't done the outside wall yet, but I'm going to have to dig away probably a good bit of this chunk here because I want to take that over and loop it up into the main entrance. But pretty good status update, and I also want to make a huge thanks to everybody else that played on the server this season because I'm the only one still building with the map resetting in just like a week, I think-ish here. Everybody else has pretty much gotten to a point where they were satisfied with it and said they weren't going to play anymore, and that I could take any resources that I need to complete my build out of their chest. So extremely helpful. I have looted so much of the bricks and the granite blocks from the other players that said I was welcome to take it. And that's really gone a long way to get a lot of this done because I've used up so much of it. And I actually still had to go mining because I, even after going through every single base, was not able to get even close to enough to get this project done. So I still had to go mining. I even started crafting some of it. Apparently you can do, I think it was diorite and nether quartz. And then even that, like, I still couldn't do this. So by, help of all of them else on the server and the crafting and also just more mining, we finally have at least through this bridge done and hopefully enough to finish everything else. There's still like 2 more bridges that we have to do and a couple walls, but we'll see. And for those curious about stats, I'll give you a little sneak preview here. We have 16,500 bricks placed, 13,500 granite placed, and 9,500 polished granite placed. And then you compare that to the times I've mined regular granite. Obviously the sum of these two should be equal to or greater than, I guess, because I've gotten some stuff from other people, that number right there. So yeah, we still were able to get thousands of blocks from other players and still so much. Look at this, almost 30,000 deep slate bricks placed and we're not done yet. So I'll have to do a final stats update when we are completely done, maybe in the world tour or something. But yeah, this is a lot and it's still going up. Take a look at that. I'm so happy with this. Obviously more texturing once again. I've said it 100 times, but this came out super good. I'm very happy with it. I think we just could have done a little bit more, but I am so pressed on time that it's just not going to be possible. I think if I, instead of just having this little rounded part on the end here, just having that little like border radius around the edge there, I probably could have done that out further and then brought it like kind of like intersected the bridge and then came back here a little bit more and gotten less of a flat wall right there. But otherwise, other than that, at least, I am just super happy with it. It's just that, like I said, I feel like I could have done more. I love these big landing platforms. I love large pathways. I feel like they add so much to the build. And there's some empty area out here. Maybe like a statue or something would have been fitting here. But again, just so pressed on time. I just really want to keep moving. But yeah, we land out on here now. We can go straight up. That's awesome. We can go over there a little bit. And then it cuts off. So we have an absolute end to the base. We can come over to the right. I brought this tower down. This is like so much lower than it was before. And then we have this staircase that is looking a lot better than it was before. And then the rest of that staircase is still over here. I just kind of blended it into the staircase that was already coming up. So then that's all right there, meets up right here, and then comes straight up here. And that guy's locked away right now, so we don't need to worry about having the gate or anything. And then we can just walk around. That's a lot of baby chickens, especially. Oh. Okay. I don't know where all those babies came from. I threw an egg earlier and I thought I saw a baby pop out, but maybe it was one of those 4 baby eggs. I don't know. There's another egg. Let's just see what happens. I'm gonna get rid of all these chickens anyway, so I guess I'm just kind of creating more work for myself in the future. But along with this, there's still more to be done here. I think next we probably, where did my mouse go? There we go. Let's go ahead and fly off to the side here. You can see this nice little arch too going right there. I'm always happy to work little things like that in there. There's actually a lot of them throughout the base, but I don't know that I actually always point them out. I think it's just kind of a nice little detail that just sort of implicitly makes the build look a little bit more dynamic and just less flat. But along the back here, we still have to continue that wall that we just finished on that side. That needs to come all the way over to here, and then that wall will be done, I think. Let's see. Did I do it over here? Aha, I did. Okay, so that is the last segment of wall that needs to be done, and then this bridge needs to come across to here, and then that will be done as well, and then we can rotate one more time around the build, and then we have to do this area over here and get that all done. It still feels like so much work, and there's like a week until we're done with this one here, so yeah, there's definitely going to be some grinding going on, but let's take care of the back of that build now. We just need to finish that wall and slap in a bridge. And as for the back of the build, that's a nice rear. And hang on, that looks man-made. What is... And a torch. Hold up. I did not make this. What is this? Oh, right. There's another base here. There's another base under my base. I have an egg. Okie dokie. So sometimes I just like to sit here and appreciate how this place looks at night. Now this might come through pretty awfully on YouTube thanks to the compression, but man, all the lights glowing in the middle of the night, super cool. Let's go ahead and get out of free cam mode here and take a sleep real quick, and then let's see what this place actually looks like in the daylight. This has taken a couple hours here, but I am pretty happy with it. So let's just go ahead down here. Let's actually go straight through the build. Let's come in the front door and let's just see how this whole thing connects now. So if we come out behind the throne here and we come back down the staircase, we have this door sitting here. We've had this for a while, and then we've got the bridge now that comes out and over. Look at the rainbow. We come on in here. We've got a whole building right there now. It's pretty much just a replica of other buildings that we already have. But we walk in here and there's not really a whole lot going on. Just a carpet and an altar and a couple of bushes. But really small room here. Nothing too crazy going on. And if we come down the staircase, just kind of a typical spiral staircase that I've been doing. A couple random decorations here and there. You know, a few pots, a few lanterns, a couple of paintings. And if we get all the way to the bottom, you'll see that we've done exactly the same thing, you know, just dotting around all the random like workbench type stuff, just making it look kind of busy, kind of used. And then if we come out here, this is brand new. We have this boardwalk that goes all the way along out the base and up to the next base over. So I tried to match the style of this base instead of my base because it's kind of just like a connecting bit, even though a lot of the blocks are actually pretty similar. I've been using obviously a lot of spruce wood, a lot of lanterns, a lot of spruce trapdoors, but I haven't used any of the dark oak fences. At least I haven't used dark oak in general, really, except for a couple random furniture bits, and then just kind of breaking it up with some of the trapdoors in the floor, making it look nice and textured. And if we come on up here, you'll see here's where the inspiration for the spruce logs with the shaved bark comes from, because obviously I haven't done any of that yet. So again, just trying to use the blocks from over here, and then there was already a path here, so I just kind of linked it straight up to here. And if we go into free cam mode one more time, there I am, hi. You can see exactly what this looks like. It's a little bit higher than I expected it to be initially, but I think that looks pretty good, and it connects everything up, and now we have an absolute end to the base over here. Oh boy, that is gonna do it. I think I have a tear in my eye. Now, to be fair, I am not super happy with how this back turned out. I think it's just kind of bare. I'm a little disappointed in that, but I just have run out of time, and that placing of the rainbow is absolutely perfect coming out of the new area. But yeah, here's what we did in the back to sort of fill it up. It's okay. I just really wanted to do so much more. I wanted to do a lot more with the path. I wanted to fill up a lot more of this area, do like a rolling wheat field, throw some more sugarcane in there, like actual sugarcane. But I don't want to end the season on a bad note saying that I wish I could have done more. I would rather take a look at everything that we've actually done that I'm really happy with. I think the water feature turned out great. I'm going to go into free cam mode here and leave my body behind. So we just added this in here. It starts off with kind of like a pool at the top, and then we got a flowing river that goes down into the bottom, fills up that sort of pit that we had before. Didn't get to do a whole lot with the ground. It's just kind of bare dirt for now. But maybe before the world tour, I'll come back and just kind of clean that up. And then that bridge is over. We got a bridge that goes straight into the boardwalk that goes along the back, and then just a tiny little bridge over here to cross the river and keep along with the path. So this is what the back area looks like. It's basically just a big loop. We've got our sniffer hiding around back here. Yep, there he is right there. And then we've got this branching up into where the staircase goes to on that side. So now we have nice, easy connection to this this catwalk from any direction. And then again, if we just kind of come through to the front, just gonna stay in free cam mode apparently here, and we're almost falling out of render distance. But the path comes along to the front, goes to the front entrance, and to the staircase over here. So yeah, like I said, just kind of bare. I just wish I had more time. If I had just like a few more days, I really could have knocked out everything, I think, and made something that I was like super happy with. But this is at least acceptable for now. And if I kind of just zoom out here, we're going to lose a lot of it. I think when I do the world tour, I'm going to do this in single player mode so I can crank the render distance way up and you can actually see like the whole thing. But yeah, this is awesome. I am so happy with this. I hope you guys stick around for season 2. Let's real quick just take a look at statistics. Scroll down to time played, 20.78 days. Yeah. So that's like, what is that, like almost 500 hours of game time, and I'll probably still just do like a little bit before the world tour. I just want to do like some texturing, and maybe a couple other small things, just kind of clean it up and make it really presentable. But yeah, this has been a ride, and I cannot wait for season 2 this season. Let me know what you guys thought of doing the last episodes. Now, granted, it was partially due to just starting really late, and I was just kind of having fun playing for a few months before I kind of got back into the whole content creation thing. But the other part of that was that there was a good bit between episodes because I would just do so much, and I would just do huge amounts of work in between each episode, and it made for much bigger progress jumps from episode to episode, which I liked. Seems like the response to that has been pretty positive so far, but let me know if I should stick up with that or if you guys would rather see less progress but more episodes. I don't know. Do you want more of my voice and less building? I feel like you'd rather have less of my voice and more building. But anyway, again, thank you all so much for sticking around for season 1. I'll see you in the world tour and then season 2.